Good morning.
Grand Rising. Happy Money Making Monday to you.
Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I'm trying to break that habit. Habits are so hard to break. I'm really trying to break that habit and it slips out. But anywho, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone.
Yes. Listen, before we get started, first and foremost, welcome to Money Making Mondays. First, we're going to give a shout out to our co host, Quintaria Brunson.
All
She
right.
just had a birthday. Happy
Oh, I'm like, what we shouting out for?
birthday.
Yes, I did. I did. Thank you so
Yes.
much, Mercedes. I appreciate that.
Not a problem. Did
Um,
you enjoy your weekend getaway?
I did, and it was yes, it was wonderful. I went to Wyoming. I'm an earth sign, so I love nature or I appreciate it. Like I'm not trying to hike in the woods all the way, but hearing crickets in the river and just smelling fresh air, that just does something for me. And I
Mm-hmm.
needed, I have a whole lot coming up in the next
Yep.
couple of weeks, so I just needed like a to reset. So it was
Yep.
perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Awesome. So glad to hear that. Just didn't want to let that go by.
I
We got to
see.
talk
Thank you
about.
so much. Well, introduce yourself then. How about that?
Hmm. Guys, I am Mercedes Coates, President and CEO of Coatesway Financial. We are a financial services firm that offers living benefits, annuities, retirement planning, mortgage protection, child legacy plans, anything that has to do with putting a simple financial plan in place and helping you structure it to meet your financial goals. We've been around about 13 years and wealth of experience working with business owners and families. And that's about me. I'm glad you guys are here today, and I'll let Quintaria do the rest.
I was trying to bring some of our Instagram family in. So, but
Okay.
good morning. and Happy Monday. Happy money
Happy
making
Monday.
Mondays. Happy money making Mondays, everyone. My name is Quintaria Brunson, and I am the owner of a strategy firm called the Brunson Approach, where we are seriously dedicated to helping our tribe build exit strategies as
Mhm.
business owners, starting with the end in mind, so that we can have a financial. So we can have the capability to expand and grow financially in however that looks. My goal and
Mhm.
my motto is legacy, building legacies, to sustaining legacy. The overarching I think like that my like da-da is our future generations being financially free and not financially frustrated. Good morning, my IG people. Did I lose you, Mercedes?
No, I'm still
Yeah,
here.
yeah, my screen went away. But I am Quintaria. I am here with Mercedes, and we are going to do what we always do about this time and get this party started. So, on Money Making Mondays, you all know we discuss financial strategies, tips, tricks, budgeting, the basics, but we always start with a quote. And today, the quote is do something today that your future self will thank you for tomorrow. And that's by Sean Patrick Flannery. So do something today that your future self will thank you for tomorrow. So
Okay.
I
I
don't
like
know
it.
about you, Mercedes, but I oftentimes well, I'm getting better at it, but I know in the past I would be beating my younger self up like, man, if you had did this, and this, and all of that. However, I no longer beat myself up anymore. One, because as we get older, for those of you who I missed it, I had a birthday a couple of days ago. As we get older and we mature and we
Yeah.
start learning and applying this knowledge, these financial concepts, these spiritual concepts, whatever your growth journey looks like, as I apply those, I am just honing in and becoming better and better at becoming the best version of Quintaria. And that allows me to be the best businesswoman, the best parent, the best grandparent,
Love
just
it.
the best human that I can be. So I like that quote and how we can apply it, because how beautiful is it that we can make a decision today that impacts us positively or negatively tomorrow, but
Yeah.
we can assess where we are and decide where we want to go and chart the course and take it from there. And I love that.
I agree. Love it, love it. Listen, life is a journey, and we're not going to do everything right the first time. So you have to learn through your mistakes. They're learning curves, and that's what it is, and that's what makes us so special. Each
Hmm.
one of us, we all go through different things. So you start with where you are today. You can't change the past. All you can do is look to the future, right? So I
Yeah.
love that quote. It's definitely in alignment with our topic today. Um,
Yes.
so we good on the quote. Let's get right into it, guys. Happy
Let's
Money
jump into
Monday.
it.
Again, our Instagram family, I know you guys are joining separately. So, welcome. If you're just tuning in, we're going to be talking about when to pivot. How do you know you need to pivot in business,
Yes.
right? So we're gonna kind of give you guys, our feedback, of course, based on our experiences, our practical experiences being in different industries. She's a business strategist, a credit expert,
And as
um,
business owners, like
business owners,
I have had to pivot, I've had to pivot a few times, and each time that I did, it definitely allowed me to go to the next level. Like pivoting is essential. It's a fundamental change in your business, but if
yeah,
you are trying to stay relevant and leveraging your strengths, because
yep,
one of the things that I hear a lot of business owners say, or just in general conversation, is a lot of people are trying to be something to everyone. And that's not necessarily how you win. You
mm,
want to, find your superpower as an individual, find your superpower as a business, and in the service or product that you provide, and go hard with that. So I've had to personally pivot, but I can say that as we make what initially can often feel like a tough decision, or you feel like you're losing something, I have been blessed every time that I have made intentional and
yeah.
well thought out and based on the data. One thing, y'all know I love to share stories, so we just gonna keep it rolling, right? So I will never forget when I first started the Brunson approach, and even now to some degree, but I've learned so much over the years. But when I first started the firm, like women were my biggest cheerleaders and followed me, and would show up and support me and all of that. But after my first year or two, when I looked at the numbers and I looked at who was actually swiping their card and doing
Yeah,
business with me, it was males. It was like our clientele was more, and I had and that was a challenge for me, because it was like, I'm a girl's girl, and women entrepreneurs, you can do it, you can make it, and all. And I felt in a sense
yeah,
that I was being a little disloyal. However, I had to be loyal to the people who were actually, like using my services and not just applauding it. And no, I love the people who support me. Doing business is not always somebody swiping a credit card. We need people to support us and all
yeah,
of that.
for sure.
However, those people who, for me to realize that even though women supported me online and men were swiping the credit cards, I had to make a pivot in my business to cater to what the data stated. And our
Yeah,
family on Instagram, we're on YouTube and LinkedIn, but I could not leave y'all out. So I wanted to make sure that I included y'all. But
I
today we're
love
talking
that
about
story.
when to pivot in business, when to pivot
Mhm.
in business.
I mean, I love that you shared that, because that's so crucial, because we say we want the support, like you said, but when you look at the numbers, and this was actually one of the pointers that I pulled out, was the market feedback. Knowing what to pivot, you got to look at the market feedback, and
You
that's
do.
exactly what you did. You looked at, okay, here's how I've been marketing, here's who's been supporting me. Words supporting me, or sharing supporting me in some way. But when it comes down to the results, how are you actually getting those results? Who's
Yep.
giving you the results? How much of the result are you getting? How much of the target market are you capturing? And just being able to identify who's going to be your target market going forward can be
Thank
a
you.
part of that market feedback. So I love that. I mean,
Yeah.
that makes sense to me.
And we were able to service our clients so much better once I really did the work
Mhm.
and saw who was capitalizing on our services in terms of paying for them. Now
Yeah.
it's cool. I have and I tell people this all the time. Another personal story. Y'all know I'm gonna share them stories with y'all, right? When I first became a business owner, like I had a national fashion week. Well, I technically I started my own company at 21, honey, top notch properties, baby. You couldn't tell me nothing. Had 7 rental properties and was getting beat up by the, like, I was like, why don't they pay on time? Like, what's happening, right? But beyond that, so fast forward a few years after that, had a fashion week. We're going around city to city. You know, I'm on the news, I'm on magazine covers, you know, like I'm doing it, but not bringing in any revenue. And after
Mm,
my third year, the IRS was like, baby girl, this is a hobby. Like, businesses make money. And if
mm,
after so many years, and that when I say I appealed, because you know I'm a smart little cookie, right? I appealed the decision.
mm,
You know, I was doing all of these things, and at the end of the day, I had to check myself and say, "Yo, they got a point." Like, I'm fighting to keep, you know, like no, this is a bit, no, just because you're passionate about something, just because someone
mm,
is passionate about what you do, the people who are paying money for your services, that
mm,
is who you should be catering to.
mm,
So I no longer feel disloyal because I know who my target customer is. But the beauty is, Mercedes, once I started really catering to and putting services in place and systems in place to market to and really support our avatar, which became like middle-aged men, right? It
mhm,
now I get women clients as well too, and things of that nature. So you've got to overserve the
mm.
avatar.
Love that.
You've got to oversolve the problem for the people who need your services, who can see value in your services. Because for
Yeah.
me, like, I know we're talking about pivoting in business, but I had to really get over the fact that women were cheering for me, you know. And I think I like that. I needed that. I crave, like, yeah, girl, you know. I was, you know, like on a major red in high school, and so I've always, you
Mhm.
know, like volleyball, but you know, so I like the camaraderie, but I couldn't eat off of just the applause.
Yeah. Yeah,
Real
because
talk.
you can be known and still not be making money. You know,
Honey,
you can be very passionate
you
about
can
something
unknow me.
and
Unfollow
say
me
it's a
right
business,
now and
but
do
it's really a
business with me.
hobby.
You hear
Yeah,
me?
I
Unfollow
mean
me right now
those
and do
are great
business with
points
me.
though, Quintaria. I like that you bring that up because for someone who may be watching this episode and trying to determine whether they should pivot, that's a great example. So I really appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what about changing market conditions.
Mm,
I think that that is important as well because you have what industry trends,
we
you
do.
know, things that are starting to rise up. Maybe things are becoming obsolete, and
Come
now
on now.
something else is rising up. So you have those market changes. You have to determine whether or not your product or service is becoming obsolete, or has
You
it
gotta
been
CEO this thing.
advanced? Yes.
We have got, I say this all the time, we have got to CEO this thing. You have got to be innovative. You need to be the expert in your
Mhm.
industry. I say this all the time, and I'm not even worried that I'm going to lose business from it, but because it's the absolute truth. People pay me thousands of dollars to go in and to do the research that they should be doing themselves as the business owner. People
Mhm.
will come in and put, now I'm good at it though, y'all. I'm real good at it, right? However, I'm coming back with these strategy plans or system developments and things of that nature for clients. And most my team and I, all we've done is gone to do the research for the industry. You know, like if you're in real estate, we go and do the, I've been telling realtors for years, pivot. either do commercial or bit. No one listened to me. Now all hell breaking loose. And I got
Mhm.
a bookload of people who I was having conversations with 5, 6 years ago, and it sounded crazy then. Like, here she goes saying the sky's falling, now the sky's falling,
Mhm.
but this isn't a Quintaria is right and people are wrong. But what I'm saying is, you should be able to answer basic questions about your industry, period. You should be able to predict in the next 5 years the industry that you are making money in, the
Yeah.
direction that it's headed. And beyond that, if you want to be real, I really wholeheartedly believe most people, embrace yourself if you're not a leader, because you might be offended if you're not, right? Most people are minions. They
Mm.
want to be told what to do. They
Yeah.
want to be
I
told
can
what
say that the
food.
other day to somebody.
They want to be told what they're supposed to
Yeah,
wear, where they're supposed to live. Hell, go tell them and put a price tag on it.
that's it.
Tell them what's cool.
And
Tell
it's
them where
okay.
they're
It's
supposed
not
to
a
live.
bad thing. It's not a
Thank
bad
you.
thing because everybody's not meant to be a leader. Some people are meant to be followers, and it's okay because you're in your space doing that.
Thank you.
That
But
makes you
when you've
happy.
done the proper research, when you
Hmm.
see and you hear the problems that people are having within your industry, and you
Yeah.
can come up with a way to solve that problem, you
Hmm.
should be at the forefront of making money off of that. You should be right there making, being the go-to person for that product or service. At the
Absolutely.
end of the day, we should not be afraid of pivoting in business if
Yeah.
we are in tune and intact with what is actually happening within our industry. You
Agreed.
shouldn't, because at the end of the day, I know for me, I love what I do, but I remember times when I was just hustling to make the rent. I remember times that I was taking jobs just because I had 3 small kids and they got to eat something from somewhere, but how beautiful is it to have a life and live a lifestyle where in real time I am making the best decisions for me. I've
Yeah,
allowed
for sure.
my God-given superpower to be able to be at the forefront of the decisions I make, how I make my money, how I spend my time. And
Yeah.
sometimes that may be a shift within your business, a shift
Yep.
within your industry, merging multiple industries together,
Yeah,
think
creating
2
new
years back.
opportunities.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you.
basically it. Sometimes you have to do that based on the
Thank
market
you.
conditions. But and you know what? It's sometimes it's creating a whole new industry
Thank
of
you.
leadership, an industry of collaborations where it's addressing the needs of the people, right?
Yes.
Because the people's needs change.
And even with the needs of people changing,
Hmm.
what the data is there. It's always there. Like I said, I have clients that pay me, and I come back with these brilliant ideas, and all I did was went and looked at the research. All I did was, go back and see, like who's hiring, who's losing, and it's right there. It's right there in black and white.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you must be aware of this information. And if you do not do it, because I'm big on superpowers, if that's not your
Hmm.
thing, research and analysts and all of that, hire a strategist. How about that, right?
Yep.
Like
How about
shameless
that?
plug, right? How about that?
Love it.
But
So
yeah.
well, I'll add on to it. As we're looking at the data, another thing that I notice is that if we're looking to maybe pivot, you may want to look at the financial performance of your business as well. Do not ignore that data, because if you're not meeting your financial goals, you may need to pivot in a different
Yeah.
directions. It goes right back to what you were saying, that you still got to make sure that you're putting food on the table. You still got to make sure that your liabilities are covered, that you can continue to do business, right? So looking back at those numbers, and see if you're consistently earning money or are you consistently losing money,
Yeah.
right? When
Yeah.
do you cut it off and say enough is enough and now you need to pivot?
Now, this is like we need to be very delicate and intricate with this,
Yes.
because a lot of times people will make decisions because they're desperate.
Yeah,
Like I love y'all
that's
family,
true.
but a lot of business owners will make decisions out of desperation, which has them not going specific and deep on a topic or on a product, and they'll be very broad because
Yeah,
they're in a scarcity mindset. However, with proper research, understanding your financials, seeing what products work, going back to my story, when I looked at all of the people who were in my timeline, or even people who would attend classes and all of that, when I looked at my numbers, when I looked at the QuickBooks, baby, and it had the
mhm,
names of the people who had swiped their credit card and did business with me, it was Johnny, James, and Jim, so
mhm.
but I want when I say we need to be delicate with this, is because you just need to make sure that you are continuing to position yourself in front of the people who are most likely to need your services and to pay for said services. But I don't want people, or I never want to tell people what they should do, but I would suggest, and from a professional standpoint, I've seen it time and time again, that looking at the numbers, know that it tells a portion of the whole picture. If
Yeah,
you are in the right position, because sometimes, Mercedes, people just don't give it enough time. We
yeah. I
have
was
such,
gonna say expectations. You have to have the right expected timeline to start
yeah,
a business and to keep it afloat and start to be profitable takes time.
it does.
And so you
You're
have to have
looking at
the right
years.
expectation for your financial goals as well. And
Thank
I
you.
think that's what you're leading towards.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly.
Hmm.
So if you're being, and you have to assess yourself, if you're not being consistent,
Yeah.
if you on if you on your game one day a week, then 2 months you was kind of slacking, and like you really don't have much to gauge. But two, going back to what you said about expectation, like
Yeah.
it does take time to build and grow a business. It does take, so you just need to set
Mm,
realistic expectations,
mm,
and though I'm not saying limit yourself, but
mm,
most businesses don't hit the $1 million mark within the
mm,
first 2 years, like some do,
mhm,
and I'm not knocking that. Kudos. But if you I read a quote, I think it was yesterday or the day before,
mm,
and it said something along the lines like, we will give a job 10 years to underpay us and try to figure it out or whatever, but we'll only give our own business 10 months before we're like, this ain't working, I quit.
mm.
So you
That's
do
true.
need to, yeah, you've got to CEO that thing. And I
Yeah.
I say that all the time, and it's becoming like my little cute, like phrase, but I mean it. You
Yeah.
have to CEO this thing. What would Amazon do? What would
Yeah.
Target do? What would Ford
Absolutely.
Motor Corporation do? You've got to look
Yep.
at what's happening in your industry, and how your books are looking. How are you keeping in contact with your database? Are you asking for feedback?
Yep.
That's one thing we
That's the
probably
key.
overly do
Yep.
at the Once approach, is we're always asking for feedback, even when it makes us cry. Even the clients, and almost especially the clients, I might be a glutton for punishment, but clients who may not have been as satisfied as we would like, we definitely want to know, okay, what was there a disconnect? Was there a fall off in communication?
You,
Was there this or was there that?
one of the things that I always ask, that I always find, I keep it close because I think it's so important. Asking the client what is most important to them.
Yeah,
And once you do that, you can make sure that you stay on track with what is important to the client, not what we want to get out, but what is important mostly to the client. Because it could just be something about clarity,
yeah,
understanding. It could be customer service. It can be an ultimate financial plan or a goal, whatever the case is. It could be something so minute that you're missing by not asking that one phrase.
thank
What's
you,
most important to you right now in your life? Or
thank
what's
you.
most important to your business right now? Or what is the next step that's most important for you to complete? Those are the type of questions that we have to ask.
Mercedes, you are being so, what she's saying. I need y'all not to miss this,
Mm,
because when you are a business owner, you are a servant.
Yeah.
we're providing a service, and so many businesses want me to take what they want me to take,
Yeah.
or you want your clients to buy a house the way you want them to buy a house,
Hmm.
or run their business the way you want them to run their business, and
Yeah.
that should not be.
Yeah.
And beyond, another thing too, this just goes back to living with an abundant mindset and having confidence, or even being in position to put yourself so that you can assess and be able to pivot correctly. But suppose you hear 4 or 5 clients that have a need that you don't properly service.
Hmm.
Now you're in position to pivot if it makes sense. If you're like, you know what, I own a basketball store, and I've been selling people inflated basketballs, but like they need deflated, because when they're flying internationally, like they can't take the ball with them or something like that. I don't know.
Hmm.
I made that up off the cuff, right? How, but like, and but so if we open ourselves up and CEO that thing,
Hmm.
listen to the needs of clients, because again, our goal is what? To solve problems.
Yep.
Listen for the problem that people are having,
Hmm.
and be honest. Is it a problem that you can solve? Is it a problem that you can partner with someone else to
Or
solve?
bringing an
Because
expert to,
I,
to you know help you and be a resource to you.
I am the referral queen. I
Yep.
will partner up and pass something off, like
Yep.
it's because I know that when I operate in my superpower is strategy and foresight, and
Hmm.
hearing like someone's concept and giving them the layout of how they get there. But if they need other things along the way, I
Hmm.
real quick will say, hold on, I know someone for that, or you'll need to speak to this person for that,
Yeah,
and all
for
of that.
sure.
So
For sure.
pivoting keeps us from stressing over things that we don't have to unnecessarily.
Hmm.
Pivoting allows us to level up. And whether, I don't know everybody's belief systems or whatever, but if we are these holistic individuals that are so spiritual and filled with so much faith, being able to pivot in business is a way that you exercise that as well too, you
Yep.
know
That should
and
work.
yes,
Hmm.
because
Yep.
at the end of the day, as a business owner, our job is to solve problems for
Yep.
others, and solve it in such a way that they will pay us for it, right?
Absolutely.
If
Hmm.
we're solving problems for others, there is it should be a level of satisfaction when
Hmm.
you are hearing their needs, and you know that you can come through with your cape on to solve that
Yeah.
problem, or to position them so that they can win in the
Mhm.
proper place. Because I don't know
Absolutely.
about you, Mercedes, but good morning, IG. But people that I have had to refer out, or say, like, hold on, let me make sure I'm hearing you correctly. Oh, you need this, so you need to go here. It still comes back full circle. They still
Yeah.
send me clients and things of that nature, but it allows me to be a better business owner, because I'm not stressing out over things that I cannot truly manage. I'm
Yeah.
not on projects to solve a problem that I really can't solve,
And
that
not
great.
trying to act like you can solve it, because
Thank
you might not be the best at it. You don't have to be the best at it, but you do want to have the right resources that you
thank
can
you.
share with your client base.
Thank
For
you.
sure.
And the key is, we said, pivoting in business.
Yes.
I'm no longer a hobby and just out here figuring it out on people. How
Mhm.
would you want your doctor, like, just, although y'all know I got my stands on that, but for analogy's sake, just figuring it out. Like, well, like, I don't really do dermatology, but you said your skin flared all the way up. Well, I'm a vet. I'm a
I'm playing with
veterinarian.
you.
Come on through. Let me see. I'll peek at it and see. You
Oh
know,
gosh,
that
I
that
love it.
and as business owners, we should
Yes.
be just as serious and committed to ourselves,
Yep.
to
But I think it's
ourselves.
it's so crucial to know when to pivot. And I think what we're gonna have to do is, this is gonna end up being a two-part series.
Yes, because
So
we
we
on point. Yeah.
this is good. This is good because I think it again, it speaks to where people are currently,
Yeah.
right?
Maybe
In
we give them
in
a
all
close out
industries. I mean,
something.
the world is changing constantly. It's changing fast. So
Mm-hmm.
it's so important to understand these identifying factors. Like that's the key. So we talked about 3 points today, just to kind of recap. If you're just joining us, we're talking about market feedback, knowing when to pivot. So market feedback, changing market conditions, and we talked about financial performance and analyzing the data. Right. So
Yeah.
those are the first three, and I think what we'll do is we'll end up giving them maybe three more on part two. So maybe we'll do that
Oh,
next
see, we got a
Monday.
part two. IG,
Yes, we got
y'all
to
got to
listen. If
join
y'all
us
loving this,
on some of our other
comment.
channels.
Yes, comment if you're loving this. Comment. We want to hear from you. Have you done these things? Share your stories with us. We want to hear from you. Share this with someone else who may need to know how to pivot. Your circle, your tribe. We have to share these resources. So we're giving you guys practical advice from our personal experiences. And again, we want to hear from you. So those top three, with the first three: market feedback, changing market conditions, and financial performance as indicators on knowing when to pivot in business.
Yes, yes. And
So,
do not fear change when it's thought out, when you're
yeah.
being a professional about it. Our
Mhm.
job and our commitment, my commitment to my community is to be an expert in what I do in my industry. And I would hope that other business owners is the same. So as the
Absolutely.
expert, you are the trendsetter. Again, you tell us what's happening in your industry and where things are going and what we should expect. And with that being said, if it's time to pivot in your business, we
Yeah,
applaud you and we are excited to see you pivot
absolutely.
so that you can serve us more accurately and we can all win and succeed from there.
That's
Well,
it.
that's a lot of
Guys,
legacy building for 30 minutes,
yes,
right?
it's been wonderful. Listen, guys, tune in next week to Money Making Mondays. We want to hear from you. If you are looking to pivot, you need a business strategist. Quintaria is the best. If you are looking
Thank
to
you.
pivot in the financial planning space,
Mhm.
Mercedes Coates is the
Yes.
best. We are going to work
Adele.
together to help you bring your vision to light and to help you kind of adapt and change with the changing industry. So, guys, again, let's just go and be great.
Yes,
That's
you all go and be great. And
it.
Mercedes and I, Mercedes, this was a fabulous Money Making Mondays.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for always showing up and providing insight. I hope
Likewise.
this has been helpful. It's Mercedes Coates.
Uh,
What's your asking for
Coachway
your
Financial on
Coachway Financial. I should have
Instagram.
tagged you on here. But if you look
Okay.
at my page, she on there. She on there just as much as I am. Like, yeah.
Coates
Yeah.
is COATES Way Financial.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Love you.
I'll save this and tag her in this as well too.
Appreciate
But
it.
thank you, IG family. Thank you, YouTube, all of the platforms that
Yeah.
this will be on. Our goal is to just continue to be committed to our community so that we have real conversations about real growth, real business, financial, and all of that growth so that we what? Have legacies worth leaving. I don't know about you all,
Absolutely.
but that is so very important to me to live in my legacy and to leave a legacy as well.
That's it.
Well, that's all we have for now.
All
Yep. Oh, they
right,
got you.
guys.
They
Go
got
and
you.
be great. We will see you next Monday.
Yep. See you Monday.